All right, all right, chosen ones, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back once again to another episode on Antonicus Motivates. And today is Tuesday, May 26, 2026. And y'all already know about how we do about this time. About to go ahead and get into another video like we always do. Crank up, warm up, all of that. And I didn't make no video yesterday because I had to handle some business and tend to some affairs and things like that that had to get done. That's how life is sometimes. Also, I probably really wasn't as inspired yesterday, but today I am feeling a little more inspired. So, as usual, and I'm about to crack my C4 Hawaiian Punch, we have to have these talks, discussions, whatever you want to call it, deliberations, all of that every day on the daily basis about all of your wicked and evil, pure evil, diabolical enemies and haters who were always trying to stop you and throw a monkey wrench in your operation, who did so many terrible, terrible things to you that most other people would never survive. But you survived it all and you're still here, so congratulations for that, first of all. But, I want to talk about all of this because everything that they did to you, with all of their little BS, it was a waste of all of their time because, everything they did to you to belittle you, betray you, humiliate you, everything that they did to you to cause you all of this, suffering through exploiting you, taking advantage of you, talking shit about you behind your back, all of that. And the list could go on and on and on and on, right? I mean, I could just tell all different types of things they've done to you. But the main reasons why all of this happened. And that you are not like them, that they are not like you. And that, now that y'all can never be the same, and that it's over between all of you and them forever and ever and ever, and that they will never have no chance with you again, pretty much. But the main thing that I want to talk to you about today, though, is about, what they did to you to corner you, to drive you into the isolation, and like I said, the reason for this before, I had told you already before, was it was all about, getting up in your head. It was another tactic to get up in your head, to try to get up into your head. And it was another one of their little games that they want to play with you, that they're playing with you. But see, what they don't realize about you, what they don't realize about you, chosen one, is that they think they're playing this game with you, but you are the game. And you're the test for all of them. That's what you were. And they failed. They failed the game. And you already won the game. That's what they don't understand. So everything they're doing to you to try to defeat you could never work, because you know the word. And also because, you know, this whole thing of trying to isolate you and corner you, they don't understand that that just gives you more time to do what you love to do and less drama. And they don't understand that that gives you more freedom. I mean, that's the way you look at it. See, what they're thinking that all of this is doing is driving you out of your mind. Because that's what they want to do. Because everything they want to do to you, they want to do to you with malicious intent. You know that's what everything was all about that they did to you. And this is because they saw on you your light, and it irritated them, and they never have liked it. And they saw on you, like I said, what they could never have. And they saw in you the things that they know they wish they could have, but they can't. And you know that you are not going to turn into them. But that's what they've been trying to do with everything they've been doing to you this whole entire time. It's trying to turn you into one of them. A fake or a snake. But you're not like that. And you never will be like that. You also have your self-respect, your dignity, and everything still intact that the Most High created you with. They couldn't take that from you. And you also still have your personal peace. You still have that. So, you know, what they didn't understand, man, was when they drove you into your isolation or tried to corner you. Basically, that's all this is. It's cornering you because you know you can't go to them. You know you never will go back to them. You done came through too much. And you know they're not gonna, you know, do what you're doing. And they're not ever gonna be conducive to your growth. So everything that they've done to you, to corner you, to box you in, has only given you more space now inside that corner of that box to draw closer to the Most High and to, you know, have more time to pray, have more time to work on yourself and develop yourself and grow and build. And that's what you're doing now with your channel or whatever you're doing, you know, your fitness, your music. You still have your gifts intact. They were placed there within you by the Most High. And yeah, they're still yours. They belong to you. They don't belong to them. They wanted to take them away from you. That's what they wanted to do. They wanted to steal them from you, and then they wanted to kill and destroy you. This is John 10:10. This is what the devil does, and you know that they are all deceived by him, by Satan. But you came to try to show the truth to them. So they will be forever in regret for everything they did to you. They really will. And there's no escape for none of them. There's no escape for what's coming to them for what they did to you. And what goes around always comes around. Whatever you send out comes back to you. So it's the law of sowing and reaping, and you know it. And so even though you see them still sometimes and it looks like they're doing good, you know they're not. You know they're not doing good. And you know that they must pay. All of them. So this isolation that they got you in, you know, it's better for you anyway, because you know they wasn't never going to do nothing but drag you back into the matrix. Drag you back into the loop. That's where they wanted you. That's right where they've been wanted you. But you came out of that a long time ago. Yeah, you might have had your times, you know, that you went through where you didn't understand what was going on, like I said before, and where they caused you to stumble or have low self-esteem about yourself because they rejected you. And you went through the periods you went through where you didn't know why everything was happening to you the way it was happening to you. And yeah, you went through those times, those dark times. But you still didn't never join back with them or nothing like that. Like maybe you went through those dark times alone, like at your home or back during the whole thing like that when all of that was going on. But you still didn't never really go back to them. I mean, like, yeah, you went through some hard times. You went through some difficulties and everything during a season of your life. But you had already known what you had came out of a long time ago, you know? You knew what you had already fought out of a long time ago. Basically, all these people did was just waste a bunch of your time and your energy. And the Most High knows that. So, you know, this is the reason why our faith tells us that we're going to take back everything they stole from us, because they just wasted all of our time and our energy, our resources, and everything. And this whole isolation thing, like I said, many of you are still isolated. I understand. I know how it is, man. You know, you're still in your isolation period. And it's hard. It's hard because, you know, every day out here, it continues to get worse with all the things that we are surrounded with. And all the corruption and all the evil and the things that we have no control over. But we knew all this would happen, though. We tried to tell them it was going to happen. They didn't listen to us. So anyway, it is what it is. And, people are weird now because of all of this. And like I said, ever since 2019 and all of that, and we know that it was all an illusion. The whole thing was fake. We know that it was all part of the great deception that the enemy has always been working towards. And the greatest deception, which we know will be Revelation 13, which we see, coming forward towards us. But all of this technology, man, is too much technology. We knew this. We saw through all of this, through this illusion. We tried to show it to them. They was all delusional. And we were like aliens to them the whole time. We still are. It's like we're here, but we're not here because they can't see us or hear us. And we done went over the reasons for that in 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 4, and then also in Matthew chapter 13. Why they can't see us. They just can't. And we chose the light and they chose the darkness. And that's just the way it is. And that's the way it's always going to be. We know that we are on a narrow path here. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of, endurance, fortitude. And these are the things that none of them have. And they're not willing to go through what we went through and what we're going through for this. And this is the reason, like I've said before, why I don't like being chosen, man. I don't like this. And it's uncomfortable. But I tried not to be chosen. I tried not to live this life. I tried to run from this life, But I saw where that got me. So ultimately, we know that this life is the winner's life anyway. So that's the best part about it. Yeah, it's a long, hard road. It's taking the longer route, where we have to cut our way through the bush because they put up all those roadblocks in front of us. It's the longer, harder route. But we know that it's well worth it in the end, because we have our clear conscience, we have our peace of mind, and we know we didn't have to sell out, right? We know that they sold us out, many of them. Like Judas. They was Judases. That's another reason why we had to go through it all, right? But we know that we're blessed anyway, nonetheless. And so that's the best part about this whole walk. It comes with a lot of hardships, difficulties, and uncertainties. But it also comes with victory at the end. And we know that because, like I said, we know the word. 1 Corinthians 15:57. Romans 8:37. And in Romans 8:31, if God is for you, chosen one, then who can be against you? No one. You know that. All right. But I'm at my location right now. And I'm about to go ahead and get in this burpee session today. I think it's probably going to be day 50 anyway, or 49, one or the other. Yeah, so after I do all of that, I'm going to go ahead, get the backpack on. We're going to walk it out, talk it out, and continue breaking this topic down about what they did to you, everything they did to you to corner you and to force you into isolation, into your isolation period, has only, made you stronger, sharper, and give you more time to work on yourself and on the things that you like to do. All right? So all it's doing is catapulting you and taking you to the top. All right? So hold that thought and stay tuned. All right, chosen one. So, I'm back now. And back to what we was talking about and everything about everything they did to you pretty much to corner you. That's what this was all about, everything that happened to drive you into the isolation. Many of you are still in the isolation. You're still in this period right now. And you're going through this because, it was all by design, because they would never be a part of what you wanted to be a part of. And so you couldn't go back to them. And it was made to happen to you to try to drive you out of your mind or try to make you think less than yourself some more, or cause you to have negative emotions and stuff like that because you were alone, or to cause you to think harder into isolation, to try to, get up in your head, to try to cause you to maybe get depressed, or to cause you to feel low self-esteem again and all of that. That's what this was all for. That's specifically what this was all for. But you see, the thing though about it is though that all it has done really is everything that they done to you to cause these things to happen to you for bad. God caused it to happen to you for good. Because now you're able to do things that you like connect with nature, like what I'm doing today. And y'all can hear the birds singing and stuff in the background. And you were able to protect your peace more now. You are able to embrace the solitude. You were able to enjoy the solitude, and you were able to utilize it for your growth, to train, to become the better version of yourself, to read books, to learn, to educate yourself, to become more mature, to, improve your character, to become more disciplined, to learn more discipline, and to have less drama. So they think that what they did to you, or what they're doing to you by trying to ostracize you and cause you to be marginalized, or not allowed to participate in society because of your beliefs and because of what you stand for. All this is done, like I said before, has just proved more to you, all the more to you as well, who you really are, because, and it's proved to them who you really are, because they see now that you're not coming crawling back to them. They see now that you're elevating, that you're rising. And so all of this that they done to you to try to ostracize you and everything, you know that it's happened to you as a form of persecution, another form of persecution for your faith. So, I mean, maybe you have not, liked it at first, and maybe it has really, it really did at the beginning when it all started happening after, the pruning process happened and you had to cut them all off. Maybe it did, cause you for a momentarily to really get down at a moment, and it did cause you to wonder what you were going to do and stuff like that, for a moment. Even though it did cause that for a moment, then you started coming up with new ideas. So that's another thing that this gave you space to come up with new ideas. This isolation and things like that that they did to you, that they caused you to go into. And some of your new ideas is probably working your own channel, or becoming more creative, using your artistic abilities, maybe drawing, maybe doing more of your music, and stuff like that, or whatever you like. Finding time to do more sports and stuff, like, for instance, like what I'm doing with the basketball and stuff like that. Things that lift your spirits into a natural state of a natural high, a natural, good feelings and stuff like that. And also, they thought this would make you lose your mind, but now they're finding out that this is actually all being turned around for good now, because now you are able to help others and the other chosen ones who have gone through all this BS that they've put us through. And the other ones out there who have been called to their calling or whatever, that now they're finding what, they're being inspired by you to answer their call, or to do whatever they got to do to start, helping others. And this is the, most epic time in history, or the most, I guess, unique time in history ever, because we know these are the last days, these are the end times right now. And we know that right now, during this time, as soldiers in the army of God and bearers of light, that we have the most needed time in history, or in all of humanity, where people need our light more than ever, man, where they need our encouragement more than ever now, during these times right now. And they need our help, and they need us to share the word with them, and to uplift them, and to see that by seeing us and seeing our resilience, and seeing how we wouldn't throw in the towel, and seeing how even though we have been under great trials and tribulations of many various different kinds, all of us, and I see y'all out there, y'all all got your own different struggles and hardships that you're going through, or that you've survived. All of this is helping others to see that you don't give up, that you don't quit, no matter what, man. And it's helping others to see that there is hope. and following the Most High and in believing in the Most High, even during some of the most hardest times, because there's a lot of people out there who think that it's pointless to do this, to walk this walk. You know, there's a lot of people who the system applies the pressure to them to break them. And that's what the system has done to us chosen ones. But we are the diamonds. And so we have the strength like none other. We're the diamond royals. So we're the ones that the system couldn't break. We're the ones that the system couldn't make bow. And that's another reason why they hate us so badly and why they've used so many different things against us to try to cause us to conform to the system. But we won't, because we know the truth. We've already seen the truth. We've already understood the truth. And so we've already had most of everything revealed to us. And that's what they hate about us too. The powers that be, that know that we know. They know the Most High has revealed to us their dark secrets. They've been known this for a very long time. They've known us since day one, since we came out our mother's womb. And they've been trying to stop us ever since then. This is the reason why we've had to fight our whole life. Our whole life has been a fight. Our whole life has been relentless hardships, struggles, and just one problem right after the next. Because this society is ran by the forces of darkness, Ephesians 6:12, the principalities of darkness. We know it all the more now, and it's becoming more and more obvious for even the unbelievers to see now. Even they have no other choice but to see it. And those who willfully continue to live in sin and glorify sin, and, you know, those who don't try to, you know, they don't try to help nobody. They're all about themselves. They're like delusional with these delusions of grandeur, thinking that they're better than everybody else because of their success or their accolades or their achievements. They look down on other people and they put themselves on pedestals, and they wanted you to put them on pedestals, but you refuse to. That's another reason for why you are in this isolation, many of you. And this doesn't just have to do with just like celebrities, entertainers, and politicians. This could be even members of your own family. This could just be people in general, you know. They want you to kiss them, pucker up them lips and kiss their you know what. And that's what they've been doing for a very long time. And it's all based off of control and manipulation. But you refuse to do that no more. You're not going to do that no more. Because like I said before, you know who your provider is. You know who you are now. And you're not playing no games with none of them no more. And you're going to let them know you're not playing no games with them no more. And you're going to show them you're not playing games with them no more. And they're going to see. They're going to see that you ain't nothing to be played with. And they are seeing. And they found out when they came against you to attack you, if they did that to you. That's what they did to me in my personal case, in the isolation, after I cut them all off, because they lost their control. And I know that's the reason why they did it. And this is the demonic entities within them, like I said before. But this is all part of this walk. This is all part of being who we are. This is all part of like being loyal. to the Most High, loyal to our honesty, honest with ourselves, honest with others, walking in integrity, and walking in obedience, faith, and things that a lot of people can't understand. So this has caused us to, like I said before, be misunderstood, our walk. But it's all right though, because we know that if we endure, we know that them blessings is coming, man. And many of us already got some of our blessings already. And we're still being blessed at this time, even after everything they did. And then we know that big blessings is coming on the way. And we know that we are moving towards success with positivity. We know that we are showing others that there is, a good thing about this walk that is well worth it, and that you don't have to sell out. That you can actually be who you are without having to be ashamed of that and ashamed of what others think of you. Because let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, they don't pay our bills anyway. And they're not for us. They're not our friends anyway. They showed us who they were, because when they abandoned us, that was a part of this whole isolation thing. And it had to happen to reveal them to us, to reveal who they truly were, who they really and truly were, and how the whole time they wasn't doing nothing but using us like a transaction for our exploitation and to take advantage of us and stuff like that. So now we know that we have to wait until we get around other winners who are like us, and that's who we shine our light towards, man. The other winners, the other light bearers, the other chosen ones, and the other ones who are about this life that we're about, and who are willing to separate themselves and be about this, even if we have to be alone to do this. So anyway, if you've made it to the very end of this video, then I guess this message was for you to hear today, chosen one. And like I said, man, you know what I mean? We're just going to keep getting it every day. And we're going to continue to stay positive over here on my channel. And over here on Antonikus Motivates, this channel is all about positivity, uplifting, encouraging videos for those of you who may be still going through your own personal battles, struggles, hardships, isolation, periods, and all that, whatever you face and whatever they're putting you through, man. Just know you're not alone. Just know that, I know how it feels. I know the feeling, and I know what it feels like to, have to suffer through these things that we have to suffer through. But we consider it all joy, like James chapter 1 verse 2 says, knowing that the testing of our faith produces this endurance, man. And we will endure, and we will overcome them all of our enemies and haters. That's what they don't understand about us. So we never needed none of them in the first place. All we need is the Most High. So as always, peace, love, light, blessings to you all. I'm going to catch y'all all on the next one, man. All right? Till then, I'm out.